justice for Saad. Mob that slapped and abused teen faces the law of the land now. Others ignored, we fearlessly reported. We got Saad's assaulters booked. No kid gloves, only hard reportage.
India Today impact for Saad Ansari is our big story, but we're also using the attention this story has gotten thanks to our reportage to also shine the light of others who are sitting in jail thanks to their social media posts. Intolerance, silence of the usual crusaders of free speech. I'm Shiv, Aroor. This is 5 Live and these are the headlines. Rahul Gandhi back at the Enforcement Directorate for fourth round of grilling in 2 days. He's been questioned for 4 hours already today. Enforcement Directorate sources tell India Today Rahul has been evasive and tutored in his answers. Red letter day for the Indian military. Radical Agnipath scheme for short stint soldiers announced. 17.5 to 21-year-olds will be eligible to serve for 4 years. Veterans express caution. Is this a game changer or a gamble? India Today confronts Sidhu Moose Wala Murder mastermind Gangster Lawrence Bishnoi, but he evades India Today's Arvind Oja's questions. Maharashtra authorities say that his gang planned to extort money from businessmen and actors in Mumbai.
आपने धमकी दिलवाई हैं? सिद्धू मूसे वाला मरवाया? बिश्नोई?
Modi on mega Maharashtra visit after inaugurating temple in Pune. Prime Minister lands in Mumbai. Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav welcomes the visiting PM. 2 custodial deaths in the last 48 hours in Chennai. 44-year-old allegedly dies in police custody. Family cries foul. Chief Minister Stalin under fire for this spate of custodial deaths in Tamil Nadu. Much of the country heard about 19-year-old Saad Ansari from Maharashtra yesterday thanks to India Today's coverage. It's a story that has horrified people because of what happened to this young man. He put out a social media post criticizing religion, a social media post that did not condemn or criticize Nupur Sharma. He was dragged out by a mob, he was slapped, he was made to apologize, he was made to recite religious verses, and then he was arrested by the police. We on India Today asked, what about those who attacked young Saad Ansari? And just hours after India Today's report, the police in Maharashtra was forced to act. Take a look.
A massive India Today impact. Muslim mob that assaulted 19-year-old engineering student Saad Ansari in Bhiwandi has been booked. India Today was the only channel to report assault on the engineering student by the mob led by a Congress leader which barged inside his house. Saad was slapped for supporting Nupur Sharma. Forced to apologize and read Islamic prayers for appealing for peace. 19-year-old engineering student from Bhiwandi in Maharashtra, Saad Ansari, had to face this angry mob, which barged into his home over a social media post, condemning death threats issued against suspended spokesperson of the BJP. Police have booked around 125 attackers who barged inside Saad's home to assault and abuse him. At least 18 of the assaulters have been identified for rioting and threatening the teenager. Thousands of Muslims took to the streets last week, shouting slogans, pelting stones, burning public property, causing serious injuries to cops. Mobs did not stop there. Led by a local corporator of the ruling Congress party, they forcibly entered the house of Ansari, slapped him, used objectionable words and forced him to read the kalma for not denouncing Nupur.
तमाम निजामपुर के जो भी बच्चे थे वो यहाँ पे पुलिस स्टेशन में आए, सबके साइन किया हुआ एक मेमोरेंडम यहाँ पे दिया है और इनसे रिक्वेस्ट की है कि उस पर एफआईआर करें। इंशाल्लाह एफआईआर होकर उस पर जो भी कानूनी कार्रवाई वो होएगी। और मैं एक ही मैसेज देना चाहता हूँ कि बस अब इसके बाद में अगर किसी ने इस तरीके की बदतमीजी किया, कानून अपना काम करे, हम अपना काम करेंगे।
हम सब कुछ बर्दाश्त कर सकते गए, लेकिन रसूल आज़म सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की शान में अगर कोई गुस्ताखी करेगा तो हम बर्दाश्त नहीं करेंगे।
His ordeal did not end there. Maharashtra police reached the spot and arrested the student. An FIR was lodged against the boy for hurting religious sentiments. He is currently in police custody. Commonwealth Games gold medalist Yogeshwar Dutt, reacting to India Today report, tweeted in support of the boy, questioning the silence of Nupur Sharma's critiques. Did Ansari pay the price for being a moderate and denouncing open calls to violence and beheading? Bureau Report, India Today.
So the India Today impact is that the Maharashtra police in Bhiwandi on the outskirts of Mumbai was forced to book over 100 people, with at least 18 of them having been identified. We've got their names. The police has shared them with India Today's reporters. Here are some of those names of those who were anonymous so far and are responsible for the attack on Saad Ansari. Faraz alias Baba, Bauddin Haji Rehan, Vinchu Noboy Kharbe, Saif Bardi. These are some of the names. I'm not going to read out all of them, but these are some of the people that the police has booked now as part of its FIR, forced to do so thanks to India Today, putting the spotlight and the pressure on this big story. I want to go across now to India Today's Divyesh Singh, who's broken this story here on the channel. Divyesh, what action? These people have been identified. These are the people responsible for cornering, dragging out Saad Ansari from his house. One of them also slapped him, abused him, made him, recite the, religious verses as well. What action is going to be taken against them? When are the arrests going to be made?
Well, Shiv, as per the story that was reported by India Today regarding the attack on Saad Ansari, he was threatened by a mob of around 125 people who barged into his residence, who forced him to recite religious verses and then also slapped him. Following this story, the Bhiwandi police has registered case under charges of rioting, illegal assembly and several other sections against 100 to 125 people, of which 18 have been identified, and Section 141A CRPC notices have been served to the 18 identified persons. They have to produce themselves, they have to present themselves before the investigating officers as soon as possible. Others, the process of identifying others who have been involved in this particular attack, involved in this particular case is going on. We spoke to DCP Yogesh Chavan of Zone 2 of Thane Police Commissionerate, and he has confirmed that the process of identification of the other accused involved in this case, the people who threatened Saad Ansari, people who were responsible for rioting, for illegal assembly, is going on, and once they produce themselves before the investigating officers, further action could be initiated. As of now, Section 41A CRPC notice has been served to those identified. Yes,
Divyesh, what about Saad Ansari himself? He's still, in police custody right now. Any chance that he's going to get bail? What's going on with him?
Shiv, Saad Ansari has been remanded to police custody for 5 days. So he will remain in police custody of the Bhiwandi police till Thursday. He was arrested on Sunday. He was produced in a court which remanded him for hurting religious sentiments and creating enmity between two groups, and that is why he was remanded for 5 days in police custody. So till the period of custody ends, he won't be produced in court. Once his custody ends, he will be produced in court. Once he is remanded to judicial custody, his relatives could seek bail from the magistrate court. Shiv.
Okay, thanks very much, Divyesh, for giving us the latest on that. India Today's reportage forcing action just hours after we broke the silence, the media silence on this big story. But staying with Maharashtra, there are other such cases which have been ignored that we'd like to use this attention to put the spotlight on. Intolerance is clearly on the rise in Maharashtra. Marathi actor Ketaki Chittale and a student named Nikhil Bhamre are in jail for allegedly posting against NCP chief Sharad Pawar. Support is growing online right now for Ketaki Chittale for many weeks. She's been in jail for over a month now. Ketaki was arrested for sharing a poem referring to Pawar and describing him as someone who hates Brahmins and for someone for whom hell is waiting. Now, the case registered against her is defamation, posting defamatory matter. India Today, of course, does not endorse any of these views, but these are people who've been packed off to jail. 22-year-old pharmacy student Nikhil Bhamre has been in jail for the last 18 days and counting. His crime, the same, an alleged post against Sharad Pawar on social media. Well, now the Bombay High Court has pulled up the Maharashtra government for keeping Ketaki and Nikhil in jail for their social media posts against Sharad Pawar. The Maharashtra government, the High Court is not happy. They've asked for clarity from the government in Maharashtra over why these two youngsters have been kept in lockup, in jail, in remand for so long. Let's get a word in from Divesh on that as well. Divesh, Nikhil Bhamre, Ketaki Chittale, she's been in jail for over a month. Nikhil has been in jail for over 18 days now, both for similar charges of, social media posts criticizing Sharad Pawar. It's bizarre that they're in jail even at this point of time. What is the status in both their cases? The High Court is not at all happy with this.
Well, Shiv, as you pointed out that there are multiple cases which have been registered against Ketaki Chittale, who's an actor, who's a television actor and Marathi film actor. There are 22 FIRs which have been registered at various police stations against Ketaki Chittale. There are 4 non-cognizable complaints against Ketaki Chittale, and against Nikhil Bhamre, there are 6 FIRs which have been registered. Now, I would like to read out the observation made by Justice S.S. Shinde and Milind Jadhav, who wondered how a tweet by Nikhil Bhamre could have been the basis for a slew of first information reports filed against Bhamre. The bench observed there are hundreds and thousands of tweets every day. Will you take cognizance of each and every tweet? We do not want FIRs like these, unheard of. Some student is kept in custody like this. This is what the observation was of a High Court bench which was hearing a discharge application filed by Nikhil Bhamre, who remains in custody as of now. There are many other FIRs which have been filed against Bhamre. Similarly, Ketaki Chittale has been in custody for over a month. She is facing 22 cases against her which are of cognizable complaints, and there are 4 non-cognizable complaints which have been filed against Ketaki Chittale. So now the bench, the Bombay High Court bench, has asked the prosecution to seek a say from the Home Ministry and respond to the observation that the Bombay High Court bench has made.
Divesh, thanks very much for joining us on that story. The spotlight here on India Today will continue to be on intolerance in different parts of the country. We've chosen to speak about what's happening in Maharashtra because of the viral silence from Saad Ansari to Ketaki Chittale to Nikhil Bhamre. Their stories only here on India Today, forcing action. And we've got another news break coming up here on 5 Live. The Ranchi police in Jharkhand has just released for the first time pictures of the alleged rioters involved in Friday's stone pelting and arson in the Jharkhand state capital. The Jharkhand police, the Ranchi police, has released these pictures. India Today has gotten its hands on this collage of images where the Ranchi police has sought information about these rioters and stone pelters who indulged in open arson and stone pelting in Ranchi last Friday. One policeman was also injured in the violence. Remember, in the widespread protests that took place after Friday prayers last week, Ranchi saw some of the worst violence. A policeman was injured. A lot of police vehicles were torched or damaged. Hundreds of stones were pelted. It was a law and order situation that necessitated a curfew being imposed in parts of the Jharkhand state capital. And now on the left-hand side of your screen is a collage of images officially released by the Ranchi police identifying the perpetrators, the culprits, the miscreants, whatever you want to call them. They're rioters. They were flinging stones at the police. Remember, there were peaceful protests in other parts of the country, but they turned violent in some parts, and Ranchi became one of the worst affected. I want to go across to Satyajit, joining us live from Ranchi. Satyajit, Ranchi police releasing these images that have just come out from the Ranchi police of, multiple rioters, stone pelters. Have there been any arrests so far? Take us through the investigation. Have any of these people in this picture been identified so far, Satyajit?
Actually, 5 people have been arrested since yesterday, and police, the raids are on the different locations of the people who are accused. Police is conducting raids on different locations, and it all started when yesterday the governor house had summoned the senior officers, top class police officials of ADG rank. They were summoned to the Raj Bhavan, and the DC of Ranchi, SSP of Ranchi, all of them were called by the governor Ramesh Payat, and he strictly asked what action has been taken, what action has been instituted so far, and he asked them if there is an FIR, 25 FIRs have been named FIR have been lodged, then what action so far police has taken, and if people are arrested and if you know the accused, if they have been identified through the use of technical team, by the CCTV footage, if you have identified the culprits, the accused who were involved in the arson and in the violence that broke out last Friday on June 10th, why don't you release their pictures and post it on all nook and corners of Ranchi so that people know they were the accused and the culprits are taken to task. It should be released in public domain. This was told by the governor, and it was a strict instruction by them. And after that, police has gone into action. They have released the posters, and now it will be posted and it will be pasted on all prominent blocks and chorahas, so that people get to know that these people are accused whose complicity has been established in the violence that broke out on Friday.
Satyajit, the pictures that have been put out by the Ranchi police are very clear. It's easy to, probably identify the individuals as in these pictures. So are you saying it's just a matter of time before these people are quickly arrested?
Yes, it's a matter of time because police took a lot of time to identify the complicity of those who were involved in the Friday incident. That area where the violence broke out is an area equipped with high resolution CCTV. There is a high mask light where 6 cameras were already put up by the administration. Prior to that, on the Sarjanand Chowk, the cameras were put up for the traffic CCTV footage. CCTVs are there. Again, if you travel across towards the Isra Masjid Choraha, there are cameras. Apart from the cameras, which have been put up personally by the shopkeeper. So it has become a bit easy for the police. The job has become easy for the police because the violence broke on that particular road, MG road. So it has become easy for the police to identify the culprits.
Right.
They are going to the CCTV footage. Those cameras actually also works on that particular area to keep a vigil on traffic and on law and order. So they are using the drone cameras also. The technical teams are upon it, and that's why they have been able to release the posters very soon.
Okay. Satyajit, thanks very much for giving us that update. First and exclusive as always with the pictures. This one has just been put out by the Ranchi police. We're taking a very quick break. On the other side, you have to see what we've got lined up for you, and only India Today's Arvind Ojha could have managed this. We've gone up close and confronted Gangster Lawrence Bishnoi. That's right. That's our microphone right there. As we try and get a word in from the man who's taken responsibility for killing Sidhu Moose Wala. Who else but India Today could have brought you this report? You'll see the whole thing next.
बिश्नोई, सलमान खान को आपने धमकी दिलवाई हैं? सिद्धू मूसे वाला मरवाया?
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com or call 9999892171. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Everyone's busy finding what's trending. You're busy finding out why. India Today, for those who research before reacting. Download the India Today app now. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
You are watching
India's #1 political reporter.
Defines what seems to be happening, vendetta politics. कोई दूध के से धुला हुआ नहीं है.
Unmatched eye, unmatched experience.
The world has changed. My black hair has become grey as well.
And with unmatched passion for the story.
Do not monopolize the conversation.
When it's 100% pure prime time. It's News Today with Rajdeep Sardesai. Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. Only on India Today TV. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Everyone's busy finding what's trending. You're busy finding out why. India Today, for those who research before reacting. Download the India Today app now.
You are watching.
More support to Saad Ansari has now borne results. The Maharashtra police forced to act after India Today exposed mob horror on a 19-year-old teenager only because he decided to support Nupur Sharma and denounce the beheading threats that she has been receiving. But because you spoke up, because celebrities expressed support, Maharashtra police has had to now book the mob. Remember, the boy is still behind bars. The FIR is lodged against him for hurting religious sentiments. We now demand release Saad Ansari. And remember, at 6 p.m. prime today with me, Pooja Shali, we'll talk about what public support can do for a young, brave boy. Tune in today at 6 p.m.
As the probe into the murder of Punjabi singer Sidhu Moose Wala deepens, India Today did something today that nobody could have thought possible at this point of time. India Today's Arvind Ojha stepped up to confront the gangster Lawrence Bishnoi, the man who has been declared the mastermind in the murder of Lawrence Bishnoi and the man who's actually taken responsibility for the killing of Sidhu Moose Wala. Take a look at Arvind Oja stepping up like no other journalist to ask the questions directly from the gangster.
सलमान खान को आपने धमकी दिलवाई? बिश्नोई कुछ बोलना है? सिद्धू को मारा? बिश्नोई आज तक पे बिश्नोई सलमान खान को आपने धमकी दिलवाई? हैं? सिद्धू मूसे वाला मरवाया? बिश्नोई
That was Lawrence Bishnoi being confronted. I want to play out that sequence once again for you. Treated images of Lawrence Bishnoi being confronted by India Today's Arvind Oja just a few days after the Delhi Police Special Cell has declared him officially as the mastermind in the killing of Sidhu Moose Wala. Here is India Today's Mike. Here's India Today's Arvind Oja stepping up and asking questions directly to Lawrence Bishnoi. Take a look once again. Take a look once again at the sequence.
आज तक पे बिश्नोई कुछ बोलना है? सिद्धू को मारा? बिश्नोई आज तक पे बिश्नोई सलमान खान को आपने धमकी दिलवाई? हैं? सिद्धू मूसे वाला मरवाया? बिश्नोई बिश्नोई कुछ बोलना है? सिद्धू को मारा? बिश्नोई आज तक पे बिश्नोई सलमान खान को आपने धमकी दिलवाई? हैं? सिद्धू मूसे वाला मरवाया? बिश्नोई बिश्नोई कुछ बोलना है? सिद्धू को मारा? बिश्नोई आज तक पे बिश्नोई सलमान खान को आपने धमकी दिलवाई? हैं? सिद्धू मूसे वाला मरवाया? बिश्नोई बिश्नोई कुछ बोलना है? सिद्धू को मारा? बिश्नोई आज तक पे बिश्नोई सलमान खान को आपने धमकी दिलवाई? हैं? सिद्धू मूसे वाला मरवाया? बिश्नोई
The mastermind of Sidhu Moose Wala murder, gangster Lawrence Bishnoi. The man who plotted the shootout that killed Moose Wala is currently lodged in a Delhi jail. And as Delhi and Punjab police seek extension of his custody, India Today's ace crime reporter Arvind Oja confronted Lawrence Bishnoi.
बिश्नोई सलमान खान को आपने धमकी दिलवाई? हैं? सिद्धू मूसे वाला मरवाया? बिश्नोई बिश्नोई सलमान खान को आपने धमकी दिलवाई? हैं? सिद्धू मूसे वाला मरवाया? बिश्नोई
When asked about masterminding the murder of Sidhu Moose Wala, Bishnoi glared at the India Today reporter.
सिद्धू मूसे वाला मरवाया? बिश्नोई
Lawrence Bishnoi is also the man behind the death threat to Salman Khan.
बिश्नोई सलमान खान को आपने धमकी दिलवाई? हैं?
Police say the letter sent to the superstar was a publicity stunt by the Bishnoi gang. But there was a bigger conspiracy. Maharashtra Home Minister says that big businessmen and other actors were also on target.
Bishnoi gang है. ये गैंग ने इसमें इसका एक फ़ायदा लेने की कोशिश की है. कुछ लोगों को अरेस्ट किया गया है, लेकिन अभी तक इसके बारे में सारी इंफॉर्मेशन या सारी बातें सामने नहीं आई है. पुलिस इसकी जांच कर रही है और कुछ दिन लगेंगे.
Confronted 4 times, evasive all 4 times. But this Lawrence Bishnoi glare tells you all that you need to know about this dreaded gangster. With Arvind Oja in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
And we've got a very important piece of breaking news coming in. The Punjab police has just gotten custody of gangster Lawrence Bishnoi. Hours after India Today stepped up, questioned Lawrence Bishnoi, the Punjab police, which had been seeking the custody of Lawrence Bishnoi for his role, his mastermind role in the killing of Sidhu Moose Wala. The Punjab police has just gotten custody of Lawrence Bishnoi. I want to go across to India Today's Arvind Ojha for more on this story. Arvind, details बताइए, पंजाब पुलिस को कस्टडी मिल गया है लॉरेंस बिश्नोई का।
देखिए, ये बहुत बड़ी खबर है और सिद्धू मूसेवाला के मर्डर के बाद जिस तरीके से लगातार लॉरेंस बिश्नोई का नाम सामने आ रहा था, इनफैक्ट इंडिया टुडे पहला ऐसा चैनल था जिसने सिद्धू मूसेवाला की किलिंग के बाद इस बात का खुलासा किया था कि लॉरेंस बिश्नोई ही मास्टरमाइंड है सिद्धू मूसेवाला का। तो उसके बाद आज पंजाब पुलिस पहली बार दिल्ली की कोर्ट में गई और लॉरेंस बिश्नोई की कस्टडी मांगी पंजाब पुलिस ने, और लॉरेंस बिश्नोई की कस्टडी फाइनली पंजाब पुलिस को मिल गई है। शिव, मैं आपको बताऊं कि पंजाब पुलिस ने अदालत में बाकायदा रिमांड पेपर की जो कॉपी है उसमें इस बात का खुलासा किया है कि लॉरेंस बिश्नोई ही सिद्धू मूसेवाला का मास्टरमाइंड है। पॉइंट नंबर 1। पॉइंट नंबर 2, सिद्धू मूसेवाला का मर्डर दरअसल मोहाली में जो विक्की मिड्डू खेड़ा था उसका मर्डर था, उसका बदला लेने के लिए किया गया। और ये दोनों जो खुलासा जो पंजाब पुलिस ने अदालत में किया है, इंडिया टुडे ने 29 मई को अपने व्यूवर्स को बता दिया था कि सिद्धू मूसेवाला का मर्डर किस वजह से हुआ। तो ये पंजाब पुलिस ने कोर्ट में खुलासा किया है, उसके बाद रिमांड मांगा गया है और पंजाब पुलिस को लॉरेंस बिश्नोई की रिमांड मिल गई है, जो प्राइम सस्पेक्ट है, जो मास्टरमाइंड है सिद्धू मूसेवाला मर्डर का।
अरविंद, आपने लॉरेंस बिश्नोई को क्वेश्चन किया, आज आप उनके काफी नजदीक आ गए थे जब वो पेश हो रहे थे कोर्ट में, उन्होंने कुछ नहीं बोला, क्या था? आपने काफी सवाल उठाए उनके सामने लेकिन उसने कुछ बोला भी नहीं, क्यों?
देखिए शिव, इंडिया टुडे ने कन्फ्रंट किया है सफदरजंग अस्पताल में जब मेडिकल जांच के लिए ले जाया गया था, मेडिकल एग्जामिनेशन के लिए कोर्ट में पेश करने के पहले, जिसमें इंडिया टुडे ने कन्फ्रंट किया लॉरेंस बिश्नोई, गैंगस्टर लॉरेंस बिश्नोई को। और अगर आप देखिए उसका जेस्चर, उसका जो एक्सप्रेशन है, वो कैसे रिएक्ट करता है, वो बकायदा आंखें दिखा रहा था, लेकिन उसने कुछ बोला नहीं। हमने उससे सवाल पूछा कि तुमने सिद्धू मूसेवाला को मरवाया, उस पर उसने कुछ नहीं बोला। हमने पूछा उससे कि सलमान खान को तुमने धमकी दी, उस पर कुछ नहीं बोला उसका, लेकिन रिएक्शन काफी कुछ कहता है और ये बताता है कि वो कितना खतरनाक गैंगस्टर है। और अब तो 3 स्टेट की पुलिस, महाराष्ट्र पुलिस, दिल्ली पुलिस और पंजाब पुलिस इन्वेस्टिगेशन कर रही है, जिसमें ये पता चला है कि ये गैंग अब बहुत बड़ा हो चुका है, जिसके एसोसिएट देश के बाहर कनाडा, ऑस्ट्रेलिया में बैठकर ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं इस गैंग को, जबकि जो मेन गैंग लीडर है वो जेल से ही ऑपरेट कर रहा है। तो ये कन्फ्रंट किया इंडिया टुडे ने लॉरेंस बिश्नोई को, सवाल डक जरूर कर गया, लेकिन उसका रिएक्शन अगर आप देखें तो वो काफी कुछ कहता है कि लॉरेंस बिश्नोई किस टाइप का गैंगस्टर है।
अभी अरविंद, लॉरेंस बिश्नोई का कस्टडी हो गया है पंजाब पुलिस के साथ, अब क्या होगा? क्या कुछ स्पेसिफिक लाइन ऑफ क्वेश्चनिंग की जानकारी मिल गई है हमारे पास?
जी बिल्कुल, देखिए शिव, जो रिमांड पेपर की कॉपी है पंजाब पुलिस ने, उसमें सबसे बड़ा खुलासा किया है कि इसमें कुल सिद्धू मूसेवाला की मर्डर की कॉन्स्पिरेसी में 20 लोग शामिल है, जिसमें जो मास्टरमाइंड है वो लॉरेंस बिश्नोई और गोल्डी बरार है। अब लॉरेंस बिश्नोई को कस्टडी में लेकर पंजाब पुलिस पूछताछ करेगी, क्योंकि पंजाब पुलिस के पास पहले से ही इस सिद्धू मूसेवाला के मर्डर में कई ऐसे अक्यूज्ड हैं जिन्होंने रेकी की, जिसमें केकड़ा है जो मूसावाला विलेज का ही है। उसके अलावा और भी कई इस सिद्धू मूसेवाला के मर्डर में जो लॉजिस्टिक सप्लाई करने वाले थे, एक दो शूटर्स थे, जो प्लानर थे, वो अरेस्ट किए हुए पंजाब पुलिस ने। तो कन्फ्रंट कराएगी लॉरेंस बिश्नोई को उन तमाम अक्यूज से। उसके अलावा पंजाब का ही गैंगस्टर है लॉरेंस बिश्नोई, जाहिर सी बात है पंजाब पुलिस के पास काफी इनपुट्स है, तो उस पर पूछताछ होगी कि किन किन लोगों ने गोली चलाई है सिद्धू मूसेवाला पर, किसकी प्लानिंग थी, कौन इसका मास्टरमाइंड है। ऑल्दो ये क्लियर है, दिल्ली पुलिस ने भी क्लियर किया है, पंजाब पुलिस ने क्लियर किया, उसके बावजूद भी कई लीड्स मिल सकती है, खासकर जिस तरीके से ये गैंग अब इंटरनेशनल लेवल पर पहुंच गया है, 700 से ज्यादा शूटर है, तो पंजाब पुलिस चाहेगी कि इस पूरे गैंग को क्रैकडाउन किया जाए, क्योंकि लॉरेंस बिश्नोई ने राजस्थान, हरियाणा और दिल्ली के जो गैंगस्टर हैं उनको अपने साथ मिलाकर एक बड़ा गैंग तैयार किया है। इसलिए अब जरूरी होगा पंजाब के लिए कि वो लॉरेंस बिश्नोई से पूछताछ करे, न सिर्फ सिद्धू मूसेवाला का जो मर्डर है उसको क्रैक करे, बल्कि पंजाब में जो ये ऑर्गेनाइज गैंग है जो दिल्ली और हरियाणा तक पहुंच गया है और अब उसके तार इंटरनेशनल लेवल पर जुड़े हैं, उसको क्रैक डाउन करने की कोशिश भी पंजाब पुलिस करेगी और इसी लाइन ऑफ क्वेश्चनिंग होगी लॉरेंस बिश्नोई से।
Arvind Oja, the only crime reporter in the country who can claim to have put questions directly to the man who has been declared the mastermind in the killing of Sidhu Moose Wala. It's on camera. We're not claiming it. You've seen it for yourself. Let me play that little video out for you once again. Play it out once again. Watch this video once again. Listen into the questions that Arvind Oja has asked Lawrence Bishnoi.
बिश्नोई कुछ बोलना है? सिद्धू को मारा? बिश्नोई आज तक पे बिश्नोई सलमान खान को आपने धमकी दिलवाई हैं? सिद्धू मूसे वाला मरवाया? बिश्नोई बिश्नोई कुछ बोलना है? सिद्धू को मारा? बिश्नोई आज तक पे बिश्नोई सलमान खान को आपने धमकी दिलवाई हैं? सिद्धू मूसे वाला मरवाया? बिश्नोई कुछ बोलना है?
So here's the entire Lawrence Bishnoi timeline from the day that Sidhu Moose Wala was murdered. May 29th, 2022, Bishnoi's aide Goldie Brar claimed responsibility for Sidhu Moose Wala's murder. That's where the entire Lawrence connection began. The next day, May the 30th, Gangster Bishnoi was grilled inside Tihar jail where he has been incarcerated. On June the 5th, this month itself, Bishnoi sent a threat letter, apparently, allegedly, to Salman Khan, even though he has denied having anything to do with it. On June the 6th, the police grilled Bishnoi once again on the Salman threat, even though he said that he had nothing to do with the letter. On the 8th of June, the Delhi police claimed Bishnoi was the mastermind. He was linked directly to the Moose Wala killing. On the 9th of June, Lawrence Bishnoi was admitted to killing Sidhu Moose Wala, is what the Delhi police special cell revealed to the press. On June the 14th, India Today confronted gangster Lawrence Bishnoi, and as you just saw in that news break, he has been handed over, his custody has been handed over to the Punjab police for interrogation in the Moose Wala murder investigation. But here's how Lawrence Bishnoi, the man who India Today has just confronted, the only channel to do so, here's how his name became the name of the mastermind in this killing. A 30-year-old dreaded gangster operating stealthily and fearlessly from Delhi's maximum security Tihar jail. Murder, extortion, robbery. Lawrence Bishnoi has more than 24 cases against him. In a stunning admission now, Lawrence Bishnoi has for the first time admitted to have gotten Punjabi singer Sidhu Moose Wala killed. Sources tell India Today that Bishnoi admitted to his role in his statement to the Delhi police. Sources say Bishnoi has claimed Moose Wala was killed to avenge the death of rival gangster Vicky Midhu Kheda. Moose Wala's manager Shagan Preet's hand is suspected in the murder of Midhu Kheda last year. Lawrence Bishnoi's close aide and Canada-based gangster Goldie Brar too had claimed responsibility for the singer's killing, citing the same reason, avenging Vicky Midhu Kheda's death. Despite being jailed, Lawrence Bishnoi continues to run his crime syndicate from Tihar jail with impunity. He's also allegedly involved in extortion from the liquor mafia. Bishnoi's gang is also known to extort money from Punjabi singers. He met Goldie Brar in 2009 and expanded his operations across India with the help of his aide Sandeep alias Kala Jathedi. There are over 700 gangsters across the country allegedly working at this time for Bishnoi. With Lawrence Bishnoi and Goldie Brar allegedly confessing to Sidhu Moose Wala's murder, the investigating agencies seem to believe the singer was indeed a victim of a violent inter-gang rivalry. With Arvind Ojha in Mansa, Punjab. Bureau Report, India Today. Well, it's a day of very, very hectic developments as far as Lawrence Bishnoi is concerned. The modus operandi, the details of how these gangs actually managed to get up close to Sidhu Moose Wala and kill him will hopefully come out much stronger and in greater detail in the days ahead. Because now Sidhu Moose Wala has been handed over to the Punjab police. Guns, bullets and Punjabi ganas. Those are the metaphors in this crime story. This was the life of Lawrence Bishnoi's gang and its members. The arrest of shooter Santosh Jadhav from Gujarat by the Pune crime branch has revealed many operational details of how members of the Lawrence Bishnoi gang operates. And now that he's in custody of the Punjab police, even more will hopefully be known. The gang used Jai Balkari as a slogan to identify with other gang members. They would use only Instagram Messenger to chat with each other. Interestingly, videos of the arrest of Lawrence Bishnoi and newspaper articles of gang extortion activities are also mentioned in Instagram reels that would be set to Sidhu Moose Wala's music. The police have noticed that the Bishnoi gang members used guns and bullets to create their initials as well. Total gangster culture, gun culture. Lawrence Bishnoi and his gang totally embraced it. Sidhu Moose Wala got caught up in it, and that's how he very likely met his end. Arvind continues to be with us. Arvind, ये सारे जो details आए हैं सामने, ये gun culture, ये gangster culture के, और भी शायद आएगा अभी जो custody मिल गया है पंजाब पुलिस को, अभी और भी डिटेल्स आएंगे लॉरेंस बिश्नोई गैंग के।
जी बिल्कुल शिव, लेकिन देखिए इसको बहुत छोटा मोटा गैंग समझकर आंकना ये पुलिस के लिए काफी मुश्किल भरा हो सकता है, क्योंकि जो दिल्ली पुलिस के सोर्सेज हैं उन्होंने इंडिया टुडे को बताया कि ये गैंग बहुत बड़ा हो चुका है और इसके लिए कई स्टेट की पुलिस को मिलकर ही काम करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि जिस तरीके से ये ऑपरेट कर रहा है, जो सिग्नल ऐप है इसके जरिए गोल्डी कनाडा में बैठा है, वो अलग अलग फेक इंस्टाग्राम अकाउंट बने हुए हैं लॉरेंस बिश्नोई के, गोल्डी बरार के, जिसमें जो शूटर्स है उनको बाकायदा सिग्नल ऐप के जरिए मैसेज किया जाता है कि आप इस इंस्टाग्राम अकाउंट पर आइए। इसके बाद वो इंस्टाग्राम अकाउंट पर आता है और उसके बाद इससे इंटरेक्ट किया जाता है। अगर कोई टास्क देना होता है तो वो टास्क दिया जाता है। तो देखिए कैसे ये गैंगस्टर मैनुअली फोन पर बातचीत नहीं करके और इवन व्हाट्सएप का इस्तेमाल नहीं करके सिग्नल ऐप का इस्तेमाल करते हो, फेक अलग अलग आईडी इंस्टाग्राम पे बनाई हुई है जिसके जरिए ये बातचीत की जाती है। नंबर 1। नंबर 2, अलग अलग जो अकाउंट बने हुए चाहे लॉरेंस बिश्नोई के चाहे गोल्डी बरार के, इनमें कई ज्यादा फॉलोअर्स है और इनमें पिक्चर्स डाली जाती है। जेल के अंदर जो गैंगस्टर बंद होते हैं उनकी अलग अलग वीडियो अपलोड किए जाते हैं जिसमें पंजाबी गाने मोस्टली होते हैं और उनको फॉलो करने वाले काफी ज्यादा होते हैं और इन्हीं फॉलोअर में से वो चूज करते हैं किसी शख्स को और उसके बाद उसको एक तरीके से मोटिवेट करके शूटर्स बनाए जाते हैं। अगर आप देखें तो महाराष्ट्र में संतोष जाधव और महाकाल, ये दो महाराष्ट्र के रहने वाले हैं, लेकिन अल्टीमेटली ये जाके कनेक्ट होते हैं लॉरेंस बिश्नोई गैंग से। लॉरेंस कहाँ का है? पंजाब का गैंगस्टर है, लेकिन महाराष्ट्र तक कनेक्टिविटी है। अभी कुछ देर पहले ही पंजाब पुलिस ने हैदराबाद से 2 लोगों को अरेस्ट किया है जो हरियाणा के रहने वाले हैं। तो आप ये देखिए कि दिल्ली, महाराष्ट्र, हरियाणा, हैदराबाद, कनाडा, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, यहाँ तक इस पूरे गैंग का नेटवर्क फैला हुआ है जिसको क्रैकडाउन करना बहुत जरूरी है। और ये सिर्फ किसी एक स्टेट की पुलिस के बस की बात नहीं है, सेंट्रल एजेंसीज की मदद लेकर ये काम करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि इसके पहले भी जो काला राणा इस गैंग का था जो थाईलैंड में बैठा हुआ था, उसको स्पेशल सेल डिपोर्ट करके लेके आई जब दिल्ली में उसने एक बड़े गैंग वार को अंजाम दिया। तो इससे पहले कि ये गैंग फिर से कोई बड़ा इंसिडेंट करे, जरूरी है कि कई स्टेट की पुलिस साथ में आए और लॉरेंस बिश्नोई जो एक बड़ा गैंगस्टर बन चुका है और बड़ा नेटवर्क, इंटरनेशनल लेवल का नेटवर्क है, उसे क्रैक डाउन किया जाए।
Arvind Ojha, great exclusive. Thank you very much for giving us the latest on this big story. No other channel anywhere close to getting the kind of access the kind of up-close experience to be able to question the man who's been named the mastermind in the case investigating the murder of Sidhu Moose Wala. And we'll keep a track of that story very closely. We're taking a very quick break. On the other side, Hollywood actor and Oscar-winning star Kevin Spacey has finally been charged with sexual assault. He was named in the Me Too scandal a few years ago, and now he stands charged. That story next.
India Today Group wins big at NT Awards 2022. Bags 5 coveted awards in digital categories. Mobile application by a news channel, Aaj Tak. Most popular social media TV news brand, Aaj Tak. News channel website, India Today. Social contribution by a news network, India Today. Strongest digital footprint of a news network, Aaj Tak. India Today Group, the gold standard of journalism. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
You are watching
Prime Minister Modi in Mumbai at a live event. Let's cut across and listen in.
विकास की नई आकांक्षा जागृत हुई है। साथियों, आजादी के इस अमृत काल में हम सभी को ये सुनिश्चित करना है कि हम जो भी काम कर रहे हैं, जो भी हमारी भूमिका है, वो हमारे राष्ट्रीय संकल्पों को मजबूत करे। यही भारत के तेज विकास का रास्ता है। इसलिए राष्ट्र के विकास में सबका प्रयास के आह्वान को मैं फिर दोहराना चाहता हूं। हमें एक राष्ट्र के रूप में परस्पर सहयोग और सहकार की भावना के साथ आगे बढ़ना है, एक दूसरे को बल देना है। इसी भावना के साथ एक बार फिर जल भूषण भवन को और क्रांतिवीरों की गैलरी के लिए भी मैं सबको बधाई देता हूं। और अब देखें, शायद दुनिया के लोग हमारी मजाक करेंगे कि राजभवन 75 साल से यहां गतिविधि चल रही है, लेकिन नीचे बंकर है वो 7 दशक तक किसी को पता नहीं चला। यानी हम कितने उदासीन हैं, हमारी अपनी विरासत के लिए कितने उदासीन है। खोज खोज कर हमारे इतिहास के पन्नों को समझना देश को इस दिशा में आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव एक कारण बने। मुझे याद है, अभी हमने भी श्याम जी कृष्ण वर्मा का चित्र में भी देखा। आप हैरान होंगे हमने किस प्रकार से देश में निर्णय किए। श्याम जी कृष्ण वर्मा को लोकमान्य तिलक जी ने चिट्ठी लिखी थी और उनको कहा था कि मैं स्वातंत्र वीर सावरकर जैसे एक होनहार नौजवान को भेज रहा हूं, उसके रहने पढ़ने के प्रबंध में जरा आप मदद कीजिए। श्याम जी कृष्ण वर्मा वो व्यक्तित्व थे। स्वामी विवेकानंद जी उनसे साथ सत्संग किया करते थे और उन्होंने लंदन में इंडिया हाउस, जो क्रांतिकारियों की एक प्रकार से तीर्थ भूमि बन गया था, और अंग्रेजों के नाक के नीचे इंडिया हाउस में क्रांतिकारियों की गतिविधि होती थी। श्याम जी कृष्ण वर्मा जी का देहावसान 1930 में हुआ। 1930 में उनका स्वर्गवास हुआ और उन्होंने इच्छा व्यक्त की थी कि मेरे अस्थि संभाल के रखे जाएं और जब हिंदुस्तान आजाद हो तो आजाद हिंदुस्तान की उस धरती पर मेरे अस्थि ले जाए जाएं। उन्नीस 1930 की घटना 100 साल होने को आए हैं। सुनकर के आपके भी रोंगटे खड़े हो रहे हैं। लेकिन मेरे देश का दुर्भाग्य देखिए, 1930 में देश के लिए मर मिटने वाले व्यक्ति, जिसकी एकमात्र इच्छा थी कि आजाद भारत की धरती पर मेरे अस्थि जाएं, ताकि आजादी का जो मेरा सपना है, मैं नहीं, मेरे अस्थि अनुभव कर ले, और कोई अपेक्षा नहीं थी। 15 अगस्त 1947 के दूसरे दिन ये काम होना चाहिए था कि नहीं होना चाहिए था? नहीं हुआ। और शायद ईश्वर के ही कोई संकेत होगा। 2003 में 73 साल के बाद उन अस्थियों को हिंदुस्तान लाने का सौभाग्य मुझे मिला। भारत मां के एक लाल के अस्थि इंतजार करते रहे दोस्तों, जिसको कंधे पर उठा करके मिलाने का मुझे सौभाग्य मिला। और यही मुंबई के एयरपोर्ट पर मैं लाकर के उतरा था यहां, और यहां से वीरांजलि यात्रा लेकर के मैं गुजरात गया था। और कच्छ मांडवी उनका जन्म स्थान, वहां आज वैसा ही इंडिया हाउस बनाया है जैसा लंदन में था। और हजारों की तादाद में स्टूडेंट्स वहां जाते हैं, क्रांतिवीरों की इस गाथा को अनुभव करते हैं। मुझे विश्वास है कि आज जो बंकर किसी को पता तक नहीं था, जिस बंकर के अंदर वो सामान रखा गया था जो कभी हिंदुस्तान के क्रांतिकारियों की जान लेने के लिए काम आने वाला था, उसी बंकर में आज मेरे क्रांतिकारियों का नाम। ये जज्बा होना चाहिए देशवासियों में जी, और तभी जाकर के देश की युवा पीढ़ी को प्रेरणा मिलती है। और इसलिए राजभवन का ये प्रयास बहुत ही अभिनंदनीय है। मैं खास करके शिक्षा विभाग के लोगों से आग्रह करूंगा कि हमारे स्टूडेंट्स को हम वहां तो ले जाते हैं, साल में एक बार टूर, 2 बार टूर करेंगे तो कोई बड़े बड़े पिकनिक प्लेस पर ले जाएंगे। थोड़ी आदत बना दें, कभी अंडमान निकोबार जाकर के उस जेल को देखें जहां वीर सावरकर ने अपनी जवानी खपाई थी। कभी इस बंकर में आकर के देखे कि कैसे कैसे वीर पुरुषों ने देश के लिए अपना जीवन खपा दिया था। अनगिनत लोगों ने इस आजादी के लिए जंग किया है। और ये देश ऐसा है, 1200 साल की गुलामी काल में कोई ऐसा दिन नहीं होगा जब हिंदुस्तान के किसी न किसी कोने में आजादी की अलग न जगी हो जी। 1200 साल तक ये दिमाग, ये मिजाज इस देशवासियों का है। हमें उसे जानना है, पहचानना है, और उसको जीने का फिर से एक बार प्रयास करना है, और हम कर सकते हैं साथियों। इसलिए आज का ये अवसर मैं अनेक रूप से महत्वपूर्ण मानता हूं। मैं चाहता हूं कि ये क्षेत्र सच अर्थ में देश की युवा पीढ़ी के प्रेरणा का केंद्र बने। मैं इस प्रयास के लिए सबको बधाई देते हुए, आप सबका धन्यवाद करते हुए मेरी वाणी को विराम देता हूं।
भारत देश के प्रधानमंत्री माननीय श्री नरेंद्र जी मोदी जी का हार्दिक हार्दिक आभार। और मैं सभी से विनती करती हूं कि आप कृपया इसी सभागृह में मौजूद रहें। सर्व मान्यवरांचे मनपूर्वक आभार।
Coming up next, the big backlash over Nupur Sharma's comments are continuing. You saw it in different parts of the country. You saw it in Ranchi. It's happened in Kolkata today. We're going to get you that full story on the other side.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Everyone's busy finding what's trending. You're busy finding out why. India Today, for those who research before reacting. Download the India Today app now. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices.
You are watching India Today.
Two of the Enforcement Directorate's grilling of Rahul Gandhi in the National Herald case. The Congress battling the Enforcement Directorate. Meanwhile, the CBI is questioning Rujira Banerjee, the wife of Abhishek Banerjee of the TMC, the nephew of Mamta Banerjee in Kolkata. The TMC, the Congress party, call it a witch hunt. The centre and the BJP call it due process. Top focus on To The Point this evening.
Your support to Saad Ansari has now borne results. The Maharashtra police forced to act after India Today exposed mob horror on a 19-year-old teenager only because he decided to support Nupur Sharma and denounce the beheading threats that she has been receiving. But because you spoke up, because celebrities expressed support, Maharashtra police has had to now book the mob. Remember, the boy is still behind bars. The FIR is lodged against him for hurting religious sentiments. We now demand release Saad Ansari. And remember, at 6 p.m. prime today with me, Pooja Shali, we'll talk about what public support can do for a young, brave boy. Tune in today at 6 p.m.
Presented by Berger Easy Clean. No dag, no dhabba, only beautiful walls. Co-presented by PolicyBazaar.com. Co-powered by introducing Motorola Edge 30. Co-powered by Philips Beard Trimmer. Adapts to you. In association with LIC, हर पल आपके साथ.